Do you want a meal that's quick, easy and cheap? Well, I've got English Carbonara coming at you. This is what we're going to need. Now, my pasta of choice is linguine. Now, I know that there are a bunch of Italians spitting their limoncello everywhere at seeing the ingredients and hearing that I'm going to use linguine, but bear with me. The traditional Roman carbonara does use spaghetti, and you by all means use spaghetti in this dish as well. I just prefer the extra bite you get with linguine. So other things we're going to use are 3 cloves of garlic, 2 organic free-range eggs. It doesn't need to be organic eggs, but it does need to be free-range. Only because if you use factory farmed eggs, those really cheap ones, you're going to go to hell. Simple as that. Other things are, I'm going to use 100 grams of bacon lardons. You can use any sort of preserved pork product really, as long as it is a bit like bacon. You can use streaky bacon chopped up, you can use normal bacon chopped up, but you can buy the already chopped bacon lardons, which is what I'm going to use. Other things are half an onion, half a red chilli, just to give it a bit of a kick, 4 mushrooms, and then a handful of Parmesan cheese. And just at the end, I'm going to add a few olives, just to give it a bit of extra bite. Why am I calling this English carbonara? It's obviously not anything like the Roman carbonara that you find, which is just bacon, eggs and cheese and pasta. This is a lot more complicated because living in a cold climate as I do, you need a meal with a bit of extra oomph to it. And this is carbonara with oomph. So let's get everything prepped. Bacon goes over to the cooker along with the pasta. Get them on the go, and then olives to the side, and then the garlic. Just get the ends off the garlic, and then small bash, small bash, small bash, and that should allow the paper skin just to easily peel off. It can all go down the side for the compost. Bigger bash, bigger bash, bigger bash, and then just cut it into fairly good. Doesn't have to be too small, and that all goes into a bowl. Onion, you just want to cut it into chunks that are biteable. That goes into the same bowl. Mushrooms, just slice those up, fairly chunky, just because you want to be able to feel the bite. And then the chilli, just slice it quite thinly, and then you can give it a good, because you just want little flecks of chilli really. You don't want anything too big and chunky. You don't want to blow your head off while you're eating it. You just want that heat to radiate through the dish. So all of that goes into the bowl. Bowl over to the cooker. We've just put the lardons cold into the frying pan, and we're letting the heat build up slowly so the fat renders out of the pork. Then for the cheese and the eggs, so we take a grater, and you want to use the smaller side of the grater. And all you want really is a good handful of Parmesan. I've made this with hard sheep's cheese. Anything that's a hard fairly hard cheese that has a really nice strong flavour will do, but I mean this Parmesan is available from even those cheap supermarkets. And that's that. So that's a sort of good handful of cheese. A little bit of pepper in there. And then for the eggs, what we're going to have is one whole egg and then the yolk from the other egg. Okay? So we'll do the yolk first. So just over another bowl, just use 2 halves of the eggshell to separate the yolk from the white. And that all goes in there. That to the side. That to the side. You can save that for meringues or anything. And then that goes into there. Just with a fork. Give it a good mix up. And then that is ready to go as well. So let's just get over to the cooker and get cooking. So we've got our pasta cooking in a pan of salted boiling water. We've just put the lardons cold into the frying pan and we're letting the heat build up slowly so the fat renders out of the pork. And then once that's taken on some colour, what we're going to do is add the rest of the ingredients. And then let that start to cook through. So the pasta should take about 10 minutes to cook, in which time the lardons, onions, chilli and mushrooms will have cooked just enough as well. So they're coming along nicely. So I'll just check the okay, good. So the pasta can come off. Don't worry about a little bit of browning on the bottom of the pan, because what we're going to do is just add the pasta straight from the pan with a little bit of the liquid as well. And then I'll give it a good, just so it starts to soak up all them juices. And then if it gets like it's looking a little bit dry, just put a spoonful of the liquid in, just to be able to get all that flavour off the bottom of the pan. This is why you put it in there a little bit al dente. And then once all that's scraped off, you turn off the heat, give the eggs a bit of a mix, and then you just add the egg and cheese mixture give that a stir around. So all you're trying to do is just create a really nice creamy, you're not cooking the eggs really, you're just giving it a nice creamy texture to the actual dish. And then just as that's coming together, add the olives. If it's a bit dry, add a little more water. But this is looking just perfect. So all we need to do is get a bowl. That's looking just right. And then turn it out into the bowl. And there you have English carbonara. I'll just have a quick taste, it might be a bit hot. Oh, that's just beautiful. That's absolute perfection. So that is English carbonara. If you like this video, hit me a like. Subscribe if you want to see when my next videos are coming out. I am the cooking photographer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.